up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode with the Firm Podcast. You already know you got Charles in the building. We got Nick. What's up, Nick?
What's going on, everybody? What's happening?
Listen, man, we got another amazing episode with a dad here. You know, we go by Reg. Reg, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, y'all? My name is Reggie, but everybody call me Reg, you know.
For sure. And so, you know, each and every time we reach out and we connect you with a father, there's an amazing story to be told. And so we want to give another father an opportunity to tell their story, you know, have a great conversation, ask a few questions, and just dive right into it. So, you know, let's kick this off this way, Reg. Mm-hmm. Who gets the privilege of calling you dad? You know, how many? What are their ages?
Actually, so technically, I got 4 kids, 3 biological.
Okay.
So 4 of them get to call me dad. The oldest is my stepdaughter, she 15. Then after that is my son, he 10, and then my 8-year-old son, and then I have a 5-year-old daughter.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, you know, I always listen for that numerical cue. Let me see how long Buddy gonna be in there. Okay, 15. Yeah, he got some good.
He got a while. Yeah, he got a while.
He got a while, but he also got good separation. He can get them going back to back. That's good. That's good.
Well, when you clear the house, you want to clear the house.
Facts.
You want to clear the house all at the same time. That's a struggle in the beginning, but you want to clear the house at the same time. So
that's real. That's real. So let's dive into this, right? If I were to ask you a question, man, what makes your story unique from another dad? What would you say?
Man, I've had my 2 boys since a baby. You know.
Okay, speak on it.
So technically, my story is more unique. I feel like it's more unique than a lot of other guys because my son's mother, she dropped him off on my doorstep and then come back. So
okay, stop. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna just let you pass by.
Unicorn
Say
game.
That, right?
The male unicorn game.
Yeah.
Male unicorn game. So if y'all
game,
remember
bro.
from a couple of seasons ago, we identified Nick in the male unicorn game. It's rare to have dads that are have sole custody. Yeah. So you said that the kid's mom dropped the kids off at the doorstep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Talk about
dropped them off, no paperwork, no nothing for me to, you know what I mean?
Tell me what
take
what were they? How old were they? Like how old were you? What were y'all at?
I was 24. I was 24. My oldest son, he was 2, and Brody, he wasn't even 1. He was finna turn 1 in a month. He was finna turn 1, so he was still a baby. Like I gotta feed him a bottle, I gotta rock him to sleep type. You know what I mean? So
what time of day? Like you gotta walk us through this whole thing. Like,
so
yeah, he's gonna cut down. We're gonna get
so yeah, it's gonna get real. No, but so basically, you know, she was going through some mental challenges, you know, so she had pre-warned me that, you know, she didn't want to be a single mother or take care of the kids by herself, you know, so I had to let her know, like, you know, you want to be taking care of them by yourself, you know, I got your back. I'm here to help you, you know, however you need me to.
Were y'all together at any point, like for real?
We was. Yeah. No, we was. We definitely was, you know, but at a certain point, you know, I started to see some things that I knew I couldn't deal with, you know what I mean? So like, all right, we're gonna have to separate, you know, but whenever you need me, I got you. You know what I mean? Whatever you may need. You know, I'm going to make sure to take care of my responsibilities, which I did. But at some point, she felt like it was too much. So, you know, she was like, yeah, I just need you to hold on to him for a minute till I find a place for us to stay. I'm like, cool. No worry, I got you. You know, make sure you drop off everything, the paperwork, all that I need. You know, make sure I can take them to the doctor, you know, make sure she ain't drop on none of that. She just dropped them off. I say, you know what, that's cool. Don't worry about it. She dropped them off. Following week, went to the Social Security Board, got birth certificate, Social Security card, medical card, everything. Don't worry about it.
So let me ask you this. I don't mean to interrupt the story. How was that process, right? Because we often talk about, you know, as dads. Were you here in Georgia? Or
no, I was in. So originally, I'm from Chicago.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So I was in Chicago, born and raised there all my life. Moved here 2022. You know, for an opportunity to work in this space. You know, it's been great since then. But I was in Chicago when this happened, and so basically, man, that was tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a big mental shift that I had to deal with. Yeah. It made me grow up, real talk. Like it really made me grow up. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for that, I probably would be a different person right now. You know what I mean? But it seriously made me grow up. It was a lot of growing pains. But I had my old man there with me. So, you know, he rode it out with me for as long as he could. You know what I'm saying? God rest his soul. My pops.
Okay.
Yeah. I had my pops with me, you know what I mean? So he was there with me when I took him in, you know what I mean? He helped me raise him all the way up until 2018 till he passed. And then, you know, since then, it's just been me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy. I don't know, bro. I always commend dads. I'm going to commend you because I think just knowing how hard it is and imagine 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely hits different. I think, and a lot of men I always say this: everybody wants to be a dad till it's really time to be a dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like we were joking offline, like it's like being, like we said, like being an athlete. Like you said on the bench, like, man, I ain't gonna play cool. I can just sit here. Now somebody call you in the game, but you really, I ain't gonna say you were not ready, but you're not. That's a big change. From it's just being you to now like, okay, it's two other people that I gotta take care of now.
As men, we're not. That's not. We supposed to be providers. You know what I mean? We supposed to go out and get it. You know, and we supposed to have the woman at home making sure the kids straight. So originally that took me out my role. You know, I got to be providing and I got to be the nurturer at the same time.
Don't get crucified now. You know, you get
no. You know, I don't mean no harm. You know,
okay,
hey, listen,
he just put some respect.
I respect all single women.
Basically, you were saying you weren't ready for that yet.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
definitely wasn't. No. I definitely wasn't ready for that.
Don't count on me.
But see, people don't understand you're really not ready because it's a difference when you're the every other weekend dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a little easier. When you talking about a full-time role, bro, I just want to tell anybody, I give single mothers the utmost respect.
Right.
If you ain't never been in them shoes, you don't understand that. And that's why, like I've said before on plenty of episodes, now I'll say it again. That's where some of the anger and frustration comes in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even Reg, but I can speak for Reg and say, you think he ain't angry and frustrated sometimes probably when mom call? Cause bro, I got these boys all the time. Come give me a break.
Crazy part, she was going to the gym right around the corner from my house. Wouldn't stop by and see him. Give me a break and none of that.
So you see that? You see that?
When I become the baby dad. I mean, when I get the baby dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm the baby mama now.
Okay,
you know
so let's flip it right now. If the shoes had been on the other foot, what criticism and or ridicule would you have experienced that didn't happen to her? Like if you had dropped your kids off at their doorstep,
Mm-hmm.
and you were going to the gym around the house, around the corner.
Oh man, I'm dragged. I'm getting dragged through the mud.
He is.
You know what I mean? I'm getting dragged.
Did that happen to mom?
Yeah. Wait, what? Say it again.
Did anybody drag mama?
Oh, did it? Yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. Her people did. My people did. But at the same time, I did at one point because, you know, I didn't get it and I didn't understand it. But I had to let it go. And I couldn't focus on that. I had to focus on them. Because if I keep focusing on that, then how I'm going to take care of them and make sure they're good.
Yeah. But see, I think, I'm going to say this. I think with women, they will give a woman a pass quicker than they give a man a pass. Because you'll say, she's going through something. Give her some time. We'll find every excuse to make it be okay. And I'm not being funny. It's not okay. It's just not. It's not okay for either parent. Because even if I'm frustrated, I'm frustrated, give me a minute and let me regroup and get back in the game. I'm not going to just leave the game in general.
Yes.
Because again, it's two other people that did not ask to be here, bro. And when you look at your kids, that's all of us as dads. You really got some little people that depend on you. Like their beginning and the end starts and finishes with you. So even when you look at life, bro, it ain't really about me. When you have kids, you really understand it ain't about you.
Mm-hmm.
If Reg would have left them kids at that door and said, hey man, I'm done, I ain't coming back no more. Boy, he been the worst thing ever. I don't care what he was going through.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody trying to hear it.
at all.
Man up, suck it up, this.
All that. I'm gonna get all that.
I'm gonna insert this real quick, and then we're gonna get
They
back
ain't
to
go to the child support office.
Ain't go to the child support office. Go down
Ain't go to the
there
child
and make
support
sure
office.
I got
Put a
about
post on the
that
paper. You got two of them.
But-
You been take all his money.
But let me insert this though, right? Because Nick and I pride ourselves on being trauma informed.
Mm-hmm.
We recognize, right, that it's important for a person to take care of their mental well-being.
Definitely.
It's important for you to be in tune enough to say, hey, mentally, I'm not where I need to be. I need to take some time. That's extremely important. But the difference is when that goes on for years
Mm-hmm.
and we never restore, like if we never restored and or repaired, were you really taking care of your mental health or were you just looking out for self? Like,
No, you're not taking care. You use other ways to cope with it. So you drink, smoke. You know, some people do choose to go that route. Some people choose to go like the workout route, like I did. You know, when I was frustrated, I need to go to the gym. You know what I mean? And I work it out like that. And then I come back, I'm ready to go again. You know what I mean? And that's been my regimen since then. That's why I work out like I do, because for me, it's a break.
Yeah.
I don't get no break nowhere else. You know what I mean? I was getting one at first when my dad was there because he understood that I needed help. Because this is not normal. This is not something that we supposed to really do.
yeah.
So he was my break. He gave me that break. Since then, I understand, you know what I mean? I don't have that break no more. So I need to find other ways to be able to take a break.
Yeah.
You know, so
And let me say this before we even get a little deep into it. this is not to bash any woman by any means.
Oh no, definitely.
It's not to do that. It's just to let people know too, like, it's men out here who are stepping up to the plate, doing a tremendous job raising our kids. And they really want to do that. Because I don't want nobody to watch and think like, oh, we here bashing women. No, bro. We're here looking at the struggle this black man went through and how he had to grow up through this process. And sometimes being thrust in a role that you were not expecting to be thrust into. You know, because even the role that we're talking about, and I'm not saying not trying to be sexist, this is not a typical man's role. Because I know brothers who got, I'm talking about worse situations than probably me and Reg combined, but won't go get them kids. Because they don't want to be dad. Everybody want to be weekend dad or Instagram dad. But like we say, when it's time to be full-time dad, what you want, when you got to change that whole how you move situation.
Everything got to change. You
Yeah.
feel me? Who you hang
Tom
with.
Brady played another year because he was facing being home with them kids. I leave that alone though. That boy wouldn't have signed up for whole another season.
Yeah, hey
I
man.
was like, yeah, you finna be
Hey,
a full
but
time.
you-
That boy
hey,
spent one off season. But
hey. Charles, but you think about pro sports for real, that's the life.
Yeah.
Them boys ain't trying to go home and raise no kids.
Hey man.
But them boys will play 20 years and then retire. Okay, they grown now. Woo, I can go home now.
Go home chill.
Yeah.
I can go home chill.
Yeah. But listen, you said it. Nick just alluded to it. Talk a little bit more about, like you said, I grew up immediately. Life changed. I grew up immediately.
Because I had to understand that's not about me.
Yeah.
Being a father or a mother, it teaches you about it shows you what you're lacking. It shows you where you need growth at. You know what I mean? And it shows you, and it teaches you responsibility. Because now I can't just worry about myself. I got to make sure they doctor's appointment, dentist appointment. I got to make sure they in school, daycare. I got to pick them up, drop them off, arrange that. You know what I mean? So it make you grow up.
So,
it do.
So I'm gonna jump in here real quick, right? Because y'all know I always talk about I'm a married man. So even for me, Nick always say the weekend dad, but even for the married dads, it's just certain things. It's just not. I'm blessed that those are not per se in my wheelhouse, right? Like me having to get you to the doctor's appointment and stay there with you is not the same as making sure it's scheduled at the right time, making sure that it happens at that annually and 6 months, right? 6 months for the dentist. So that's not the same thing. All I got to do is follow great instructions. My wife be like, the appointment's coming. I'm like, okay, cool, I got that. Yeah. 8 o'clock, yeah, cool, I got it. And then take them to school, yeah, I can handle all that. I can handle all that.
But you imagine,
it's not the same thing.
But you imagine, she ain't there. You got to book them. You got to drop off.
But y'all know secretly, I always tell my Reg, I'm praying for him to find somebody else. I'm praying for you some help, my boy. Like I'm hoping some help come
got
find
to,
you.
but got to.
Hey.
Because it's, bruh, I feel it, man.
Parents is not a single person game.
It's not, bro.
I don't
It's
care
not,
who you
bro.
are, man or
It's
woman.
not.
Parenting is not a single person
And you were
game.
not built to do it by yourself. You were not built to.
It takes a community, man.
Because sometimes, too, you just really want to say, excuse my friends, man. Every parent say this. Man, fuck them kids. And you really want to be on some, man, fuck them kids. Like, I just want to do me right now. And you need a partner to say, okay, go do you. And you can check back in. Like, my go do you may be, we go out and have a drink. It ain't nothing crazy.
Right.
It's just, I need a break.
I'm going to give you one better. Sometimes my go do you is literally just to go to the basement and play music.
But that's your time.
I ain't got to worry about I'm not worried about whether or not they going to hurt each other upstairs because mama upstairs. I'm just keeping it real, right? It's literally that. It can be literally that simple. And that's why I say I always have so much empathy for folks who, and this man or woman, listen, it's no lie. Prepared even to come over here tonight, I saw a mom in a Publix, and she was with 4 kids. And I can just see the frustration, the fatigue, burnout all on her face. I felt so bad. Like, where is the help?
It's real.
Bro, it's crazy you said that. As I'm riding here, I'm passing through Mechanicsville, so it's a single mother out there pushing the baby in a stroller, loading the baby in the car. And I'm like, man, she don't even be out this time of night.
Man, listen, where is the help?
There go that frustration, though. That's where that frustration, because you knew, like, I didn't make this by myself. And not saying you can be there every time, but if you ain't there, it hurt, bro. That's rough, man.
So tap into that moment. Tap into that, like the moment when because it's like all major things in our life. It happens, and then there's a moment where it really sinks in. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm raising these 2 babies on my own.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it sunk in after my father passed.
Because you didn't have no help.
The help was gone. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, the help was gone. My sister and them, they still helped me out when they could, but it wasn't the same. You know what I mean?
Because
It's-
Dad he was with you.
Yeah, he with me. You can drop him off for the weekend. Make sure you come back now at this time to pick him up.
Yeah.
he ain't playing
don't you
about
run
that.
away.
No,
Yeah,
facts.
yeah.
You know, he wasn't playing about that, but I appreciated that because he knew I needed it. You know what I mean?
right.
He really knew I needed it. But he was there with me full step of the way. And at that time, man, I didn't know what to do. I'm 24 with 2 boys. Like, I'm trying to go outside. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to live my life.
Dad might have slowed you down from making another one, boy.
Man, hey, listen.
Them two might have slowed
He
you
still
They
down.
made
did.
one.
No, they did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He did.
okay,
He
okay.
still
I
made
make sure
one.
now.
Yeah.
You don't let nobody
I mean,
he still made one.
it took some time.
Okay,
you know
it was
what
a
I'm
while.
saying? It took some time.
Okay.
It was a while.
Respect,
You know what I'm saying?
my man.
It was
Yeah,
a while.
yeah,
You know what I
my
mean?
man.
But I had to get acclimated. And I had to, get a system in place for him. You know what I mean? And then at that time, there go my baby girl. She popping up. You know what I mean? But I give my daughter mother her props though. She helped me with them. You know what I mean?
For real.
You know what I mean? I get her props. She real. You know what I'm saying? When she really she didn't have to. You know what I mean? But she made sure. You know what I mean? She took care of she took care of them for me. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
see, I'm gonna jump in there and play devil's advocate.
Yeah, that's his favorite hat.
Cause she had to.
That's his favorite hat.
In my opinion, she had to.
You think so?
No, this is my opinion. If she rocking with you,
facts.
she got to rock with them.
Facts.
So that's why I say she had to, because even if she had kids coming to the game, you got to. It
Yeah.
ain't no you ain't got to, because it's either you want me and I come with this package.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to take all this.
This
You know,
is who we are.
this who we are.
No, in fact, you're right, because she had her daughter.
Yeah.
So
See,
know
you
what I
step
mean?
in. You guys, when you get that point, you guys are serious. You got to take all of them. This is our family. We move as a unit. I can't say I'm just taking Reg. Or I'm just taking. No, we got to take all this, bro.
Yeah.
This come with this.
Was her daughter older?
Yeah, her daughter.
So the 15-year-old,
She
that's her
15-year-old.
daughter.
Mhm.
Okay. We just paint pictures. We
Yeah,
just paint
no.
pictures.
I've been in
Colored
her
in
life.
lines.
I've been in her life since she was 8. Her father, he never been around. You know what I mean? So I became her father figure. You know what I mean? And then she became my boy's mother figure. You know, and we worked it out. You know what I'm saying? And we made it work. You know, but opportunity came. You know, and I had to pick up and I had to go. I feel like I had to do what was best for me at that time, because I've been doing what's best for everybody else since I got them. I had to take a chance. Sometimes as parents, even if you don't want to take your kids out of that comfortable spot, it's gonna be hard. But you gotta be mentally tough to deal with it. You have to, or else you're gonna be in the same place that you always been.
Yeah.
And I feel like and a lot of people feel like when they had kids, oh man, my dream stopped. I can't do this. I can't do that. No, you can. You just can't be scared to take that chance.
That's real.
And if you gotta sacrifice something for the time being, then don't be scared to take that sacrifice.
Preach.
And I don't think, and I even like you said, I don't think your dream stops. I think those kids, and I can't even speak for your situation, it allows you to be more disciplined, more locked in. Because now you become structured on a whole nother level, because when you don't have them, you move differently. Now you got, okay, I got to do this by a certain amount of time. So it makes you work on a different type of time.
No,
So you still can pursue your dreams, but it's like, okay, I got to do this. Because I know even like me during this journey, man, I kind of got a new friend group during this journey, because I started locking in with dads who on a different type of time, because I needed that around me. And some brothers I just couldn't kick it with, because this is where I'm at now.
No, facts.
Like, hey man, I'm at the point, hey man, if you don't call me 2 weeks in advance, bro, it can't happen. I got to get sitters and everything in place. I got to.
Facts.
We can't do it. They popping up shit. Don't call me.
No.
I ain't your guy. I ain't your guy no more.
So we
I ain't
going
your guy
out.
no more.
You
Not
get me
today.
on the 8th.
What
Nah,
today?
Yeah,
Put it in. Put
Next
it in.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Next Saturday. Okay, I can lock that in. I can get
Yeah.
that situation. I can lock that in.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that popping out last minute. Nah. That's over with, man.
Yeah.
That's
You
over
may
with.
get me out every now and then on some last minute, but it's gonna be rare.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
It
rare.
got to be the right weekend.
Yeah, it got to be.
Listen, man.
Let me-
So let me ask you this:
I was gonna ask you, bro, what was the most difficult moment?
The most difficult moment was when I had to work and take them to school or daycare. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was hard.
Cause school not built around traditional work schedules.
At all.
You either can take them or pick them up.
One of
Oh,
the two.
I
And
got
at first, their mother was there, and she would drop them off, and I would pick them up, and they would still be with me. We had something worked out, but then she just ghosted. Then I had to figure it out. That's when it hit me hard. That's when it really hit me hard. Cause then at that point, my pops was like, "Man, if you don't tell me what you got going on in advance," he really showed me like, I can't help you. You know what I mean? Like I can't.
Made you grow up.
It did.
Yeah.
He was like, "Man, you got to tell me what you got going on, what they need, so I can schedule what I got to do around that, and I can help you out." When I didn't do it, I'm sitting in the house with the boo-boo face, with 2 boys, babies,
Cause they ain't his
mad
problem.
as hell.
But they your kids. They your kids.
Facts.
I'm doing you, but he teach you. I'm doing you a favor.
And I that's what made me grow up and had to learn. Okay, if I need this, if I want that, I gotta communicate this with the people in my group.
I'm gonna ask you this too, because I know it. I know I went through it. What was that moment, bro? We just talk about difficult moments. What was that moment? Because I know I dealt with it, where you just kind of broke down. That like I broke down crying moment. Like it was just, I just couldn't.
That's where I was going.
Hey man, it was a few.
And how you come back? That's what I want. And how
it was a few.
Okay,
I ain't gonna lie, it was a few. The first ones was with when, like I say, when I couldn't go to work, because I didn't take them to daycare, or no, I take that back, because I didn't communicate what time I had to be at work so I could take them to daycare so I could be at work. Man, when I couldn't go to work, make my money, man, I sat in the house with them, boo-hooing. Like, I can't do this. I kept telling myself I couldn't do this. But then I had to get up out of there, because if I can't do it, then I fail them. They not gonna be able to succeed. So I have to do it.
Gotta grow up.
I gotta, you know what I mean? I have to do it, because if I don't, who else gonna do it for them? Their mother already showed me she not gonna do it for them. She didn't want them. She dropped them off and didn't come back. You know what I mean? So it's like, who gonna do it for them? Are you gonna do the same thing she doing, or you gonna step up and grow up? Basically.
That's real.
Yeah, no, that's real.
I mean,
You know?
good bounce back moment.
Man, listen, man, me moving here, when I took the chance to move here, man, I had so many moments I had to break down, bro, because it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. But I always believed in God, and my mother always told me, just stay prayerful. And you know, and he gonna show you the way. You know what I mean? When you least expect it, he gonna show up for you. And honestly, he been showing up for me since I've been here.
But that's true.
In every way, man.
So let me do this. Dad was there for you, right? He was a support system until he had to make his transition. Talk about him being there when he was raising you. Like, what was that relationship like? Did you already know you could count on him, or was it?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
No, I already knew I could count on him.
Okay.
My old man was the type, he pop up at your school, see what's going on with you. He just pop up. I'm just checking in, making sure you straight. You know what I mean? He wasn't the type that I could talk to about everything until I got older. Because when I was younger, you know, I tried to go around him. You know what I mean? As kids, you know, we try to go around.
Yeah,
we try to go around out there.
Yeah. He had the truth.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We try to go around him, go to moms, you know, tell moms, you know, and she eased it on him, you know. But when I lost my mother at 15, so I had to grow up then. You know what I mean? I really, you know what I'm saying? I had to go through some stuff. I went through depression after that. Trav was there when I lost my mother. You know, he picked me up and everything. You know what I mean? Man, listen.
That was a good spot for a plug right there. We should plug right there.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's my man, 100 grand. Like, he been there for me since then. You know, I've been knowing him since high school.
Man, this podcast is being brought to you courtesy of HBUC, man. Shout out to the #1 content creators and content creation space in the city of Atlanta, GA. Doing work all across the world, across the country. If you're in need of content creation, make sure you reach out to the HBUC. But don't come playing. Right, it's not early stage business.
Black owned business.
It's black owned excellence.
Business.
It's not early stage business.
Let them know.
So don't come playing.
Yeah,
that was a good place. I'm sorry, it was a good place.
No, go ahead.
Do your thing. HBUC in the building.
You know, but yeah, man. You know, so like at first when I was young, I didn't understand. But then when my mother passed, now we gotta build this.
Ooh, just y'all two.
Yeah, it's just us.
Yeah.
It's just us. You know what I mean? My sister, they was grown and gone out the house. So technically, I'm in the house as the only child. You know, so when my mother passed, we fought, get it out of our system. But after that, oh man, we was locked in.
Man,
we was locked in after that.
I love your dad because even in the midst of you raising the boys, your dad was raising you in the process.
Yeah, definitely.
Because even going back and some of the hardest, some of the toughest lessons, I was like, see me, they're hard lessons too. Because your dad said, if you don't give me your schedule, I can't get them. And he probably could have damn sure got them. But dad said, oh no, bro. And dad could probably right at the bar, playing some pool or something. But because you didn't do your part, I'm not gonna do this. Cause I easily could have helped you, but now I gotta make you set it. Because even like us as parents, me and Charles always talk about how you let your kids get close enough where they feel a little bit of it, but you don't let them kind of just, I guess where it's detrimental to them. I want you to touch it enough to where you can understand, I gotta make some
small
adjustments.
wins, small lessons. Yeah. I love when one of my children leave a lunchbox in the refrigerator. I love that. Because they're not gonna starve, right?
Work it out.
But that's enough for them to realize if I don't do what I need to do, ain't nobody else got to be responsible for my stuff. So if I go in there and see one, I love to see one of my children lead it. That's an amazing moment.
Hey, I love
guess what though?
Hey, I love it.
That's not an arrest. That's not bodily injury.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? They just gonna be hungry.
That's it.
Sound right
They
to
get
me?
in the car at 3:30, 4
hey,
o'clock. They gonna leave.
Hey,
They gonna be just fine.
Sound right to me.
They gonna be just
Tomorrow
fine.
need a snack at home. I guess we don't have a snack today.
Yeah, that's an easy parenting win.
Yep.
I can teach you a lesson, and it's not gonna cost you or me a whole lot. You
Nope.
just
At
gonna
all.
be home.
Nope.
At all. My oldest Rez, he leave his glasses at least once or twice a week
Yeah, I
at
guess
home.
you can't see today, my boy.
Hey man, you gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
You gotta figure it out. I ain't making no extra stops. I gotta go.
But he go to kicker to that parenting. And I need your work today still need to be an A.
Oh, on point.
Yeah,
On
And
point.
you still need to kill the game
That
today.
boy gonna be
Oh
enough.
yeah. No excuses. No excuses.
Boy, let's quit. Hey man, gotta make it happen,
Hey
bro.
man, you better ask one of your classmates switch seats with you so you sit in the front of class.
Work it out. You better cheat. Better get better.
That's real.
Hey, you gonna learn some skill today.
Must say better cheat.
Listen,
Listen.
you gotta figure it out. You
The
know what I
opinions
mean?
expressed. I'm just kidding.
And it's like as men, I'm raising men. So like I can't coddle them. I have to know when and when not to. Cause the motherly nature nurturing is not around. So I have to, it's like I have to be able to excuse me, I can't get the word out.
Differentiate?
But, yeah, differentiate the two. You know what I mean? I have to. Because it's like I can't go soft on it, but I can't be too hard. You know what I mean?
Boy, I got a question for you for that. Because I've been struggling with this myself. This is one of my things because sometimes I know with me, I'm raising a daughter. So sometimes you're teaching her how to be so, like I always
Tough.
tell people, I'm like, man, she gonna be tough. And I'll be like, dang, how do I put the little soft side into her? Because sometimes, man, I got onto Amara the other day, and she just looked me in the face like, yeah. Like, yeah, bro, what?
Yeah, what you do when
What?
you raise a gangster?
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
What you do when you raise a
and I'm
gangster?
getting I'm getting so mad. I'm looking like, bro, you ain't cried yet?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, she just, okay,
Yeah, I've been there.
I'll take it.
I've been there. Yeah.
I'll take it. And it's like, I'm like, you ain't gonna cry, be soft in it? No, sir. Hey, all right, Dad, I did it. That's what it is. So how do you balance that side because you don't have mom to soften that blow?
I still have to say something.
Because some, well, I don't even know. Hold on, Ray. What are you gonna say, man? What you gonna say, man?
Go get it.
hey,
boy,
but Charles, that's how she looked at me though.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
had to maintain
Charles,
your
Charles,
composure.
I'm
When
saying,
you
like,
went to the
yeah,
room,
You
like,
had to. Like, this
To my Charles,
trying to be.
I was in the room like,
What you trying to do, though?
What you trying to do? You trying to hit?
What you trying to
hit? And she,
trying to put the gloves on?
but I'm sorry, she just said, Dad, all right, cool.
Hey, it happened. It
And I'm
happened.
sitting there like, bro, I know you're in punishment, man. You're in punishment, bro.
Yeah, just go to your room. Just go to your room.
That's cool.
I
That's
got-
cool,
I
Dad.
got
I'll
a
take
story.
it.
I got a story for y'all.
Go ahead, though,
Go
bro. I'm sorry.
ahead, Ray.
No,
I'm sorry,
I
got a
mean,
story.
honestly, I can't tell you how because I'm still learning how. And the best way I know how to do it is tell them what's right, tell them what they did wrong, and tell them its consequences, good and bad, with your choices, with your decisions. It's good and bad consequences all the time as adults. So you have to learn it as a kid. You have to.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they have to grow up faster than other kids because they don't have the same luxury as other kids.
Well, let me ask you this
boy,
question
hit
though, right?
something. Boy.
Yeah, because you going
Oh,
somewhere
boy,
now,
hit
right?
something. Yes, sir.
Because here's the thing, like we talk about poking the bell, playing the devil's advocate, whatever you want to say. We talked about this on the last episode. Things we wish our fathers would have done, or conversations we wish they would have had. There's still kind of this requirement and the opportunity for you to also show them vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because do they have to grow up as fast as other kids? Or are they growing up as fast as other kids? But is that literally a requirement, right? Because, you know, and it's just me posing the question. It's not me, because I'm not no expert or anything, but is there the responsibility for us to own more of it and expose them still to some, because they got to be emotionally aware, right?
Yeah,
They can't be out here cutthroat like, oh, you don't like that I did that? That's on you. You deal with it. Suck it up.
No,
You
they,
still want them to be.
yeah, they definitely are because there's times where they do stuff and I get on them and they kind of break down a little bit or they give me the puppy eyes and the puppy face. I'm like, I don't want to see that. I'm like, but then when I see that, I'm like, all right, I gotta lighten up. But it's like, honestly, man, I'm still learning, and that's just all it is too. Because I'm still learning how to adjust as they grow older. Because they growing older into their own individual personalities. Yeah. So it's like I have to, I have to go about it differently with both of them. But at the same time, man, I ain't gonna lie. I wish my father would have just had a conversation with me about the stuff that he went through that made him who he was and how he raised us. And how I'm supposed to go about raising them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
we really couldn't have that conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, all right, you know, I done taught you this so far. You know, now you got to figure the rest out. So, man,
I mean, it's honestly, it never gets easy. I think with me, bro, I had to learn how to, because I think at one point I was I would never go back and revisit stuff with Amari. I would just kind of make a decision and see how it affects you, and I wouldn't go back and revisit it. But I think my win was learning how to, at a different time, or just maybe later on in the day, come back and say, this is why I did this, or Dad was wrong in this space. Because too, I wanted her to understand too, granted, I'm your father, but I do make mistakes, but I'm man enough or adult enough to own up to this and say, hey, I see what I didn't mean to do this to you. And just have that conversation with her.
Yeah.
So I think those things help because, you know, as we were kids growing up, bro, it was like,
we can say
I said what I said, and that was it, bro.
Yeah,
I don't care how you feel. This is what it is. But I think for my soul and for my spirit, I need to let her know, like, I'm sorry, and I'm still growing through this process too, because while you're raising them, you're still growing too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't give you the grace and the empathy through that process too, because it's still a process.
Oh, yeah.
And like even me and Charles talked about it, that imposter syndrome shows up because sometimes you wonder, am I a good dad? Could these boys probably be better off if they were in this space? What did I go wrong? What did I fail them? Because there's a lot of self-reflecting done through this journey. Yeah. And I think people don't look at that as black men too, because we self-reflect a lot. Even when you see a dad out here who's doing the worst, I promise you he probably self-reflects and, man, I just ain't doing a good job. And even if you was an active dad who's doing a phenomenal job, you think, man, I ain't doing enough, I could do better. Because you really want to, I guess you really, I'm going to say nail it for a lack of a better word. Like you really want to kill this thing called father. You want to be amazing at it.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
No, it definitely is, man. It definitely, I questioned myself a lot when I first got them. Like, you know what I mean? She told me if I don't get them, I'm going to drop them off to the, to the fire station. You know, I'm gonna let that happen. And I thought about that, like, would they be better off? But then something in me, my pops told me, no, man, no, we got them. He really was solidified it for me. No, we got them. And once he made me grow up, no, that changed. No, they mad, they with me. I ain't letting them go. You know what I mean? We gonna go through this together.
Yeah.
It's just us. So we gonna go through it together.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me ask you this. Do the boys ever just find themselves like asking about mom? Or is it kind of like it's become normal now?
Nah, they have memories. They have fond memories with her. And I let them keep that. You know what I mean? And I let them experience that and express that. And then after that, we talk about something else.
Yeah.
Because after the fond memories, it come why she's not here. Or why why we haven't seen her.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a conversation that I feel like it'll be better understood once they get older.
Have you talked to her since she dropped them off? Or recently, y'all have like any type of relationship?
No, we don't have one at all. She had one. She was in and out when she first dropped them off for from 2015, I would say, to 2017. Then after that, she got cut off.
So perspective is important.
So she hadn't talked to the boys in almost 6 years.
Yeah. And I told her the next time she talked to them, they're gonna be 18. It's because some decisions she chose to make and some conversations that she chose to have with them at 5 and 2 was inappropriate for them, and which something inappropriate for them where they wouldn't comprehend it. Okay. So I had to make the decision.
And see, that's a tough one, bro.
Yeah, I had to make the decision.
That's a tough decision because sometimes too, do I fault you because now you won't let me have a conversation with my mother?
Right. And that's the conversation I know we don't have to have.
That's a tough one you battle because it's like, yeah, you did this, Dad, but dang, bro, that's tough. Because I think on one breath, you're doing technically what's right, but it's like I as a kid may see it like you keep me away from my mom. My mom is really trying to spend time with me or trying to get to know me. That's a tough one, bro. As a parent, though, you do have to do what you feel like is right for your child. You do have to
definitely, definitely, especially when the other parent is trying to intervene with how you raise them. You know what I mean? Trying to stir up and put things in their mind that they don't need to be worried about. But as kids, let them be kids.
Bro,
the thing though.
Go ahead.
That's common.
Very.
That's a struggle, and oftentimes, I'm not gonna get specific, right? But it's common that if a parent is the custodial parent,
Mm-hmm.
the non-custodial parent is often planting seeds
Yeah.
that are not conducive to how I'm raising you.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm trying to raise you on this path, you know, you may have a parent on the other side saying, well, I can't see you because it's their fault.
Yeah.
Knowing good and well, they could get on a plane, they could drive, you know what I'm saying? They could have time if they had time the right way.
Man, listen.
So that's a tough spot to be in.
Man, listen. When Reg was born, my oldest son, his mother moved to Virginia when he was 6 months. I was going on a train every other month just to go see him. I did that for a year straight.
Yeah, but I think, Reg, I think this is the problem we have too. Sometimes we look at things from a common sense side, and we have to realize too that common sense ain't common.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think you looked at it like, I don't really want to make no excuse, I want to get it done. But if I'm an individual who, one, is going to make excuses about everything, I'm going to make excuses of why I can't see, oh, your dad don't want to let me see, or he doing this, or she doing that, whatever it may be, whatever. The custodial parent, the non-custodial parent is trying to attack the custodial parent.
Yeah.
And I think even through that journey, I'm going to say this, bro, and this ain't even going to go in too deep into it. Trust the process.
Got to.
And the reason why I say trust the process is because they're going to grow and they're going to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know who was there for you. When you reflect back to your memories, you say, man, that was dad. That was dad. Mom can show up once a year and bash you like a dog. And they probably can side with mama for that time.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get old and they understand, I knew who was there. Who was at every school event? That was dad. Who was picking me up? Like I told, and I think I've said it before. Amara said something to me, and this all I ever needed, bro. She said something to me randomly, and she said, Dad, you always there. So I know you see my footprint. I ain't got to attack nobody. If somebody slander me, and not saying it happens, but if they do, it don't matter. Because you see what I do. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm going to do this, though. This is one of the greatest gems Nick has ever offered on the podcast. I'm going to tell you this if you don't already do it. Create an email for each one of them and journal these different experiences that you have had with their mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they come asking those questions at an age when they can comprehend, give them the email access so that then they can go and see it for themselves. Because I'm telling you, narratives painted from one perspective always get distorted.
Always.
And so for you to be able to say, you know what, here go receipts. This not me being, you know, some people may call it petty. You're going to need receipts because you're trying to preserve a relationship you've worked 18 plus years to build with them.
Facts.
I don't need you to become 18 and get one idea from somebody and it distort all of this time that we spent. I'm telling you, one of the greatest gems Nick has ever offered. Like, hey, create an email with each one of their names and journal to them. Make it your business. Pictures, videos, journal the experience.
Oh no, man, I got.
So that when they ask that question, go ahead.
I got Facebook Messenger. Everything. They got everything. I ain't deleting nothing.
Save it in case Zuckerberg get bought out.
I mean, but save it and email it to yourself. Like with me, even I drop little pictures in there of them because I don't know if my phone may crash.
Yeah.
And sometimes and I even say this to any dad, bro. You don't have to be the most articulate dad. Just put it down there. I promise you they can read and they can understand. Because sometimes you need to get that pain off of your chest too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, today wasn't a really good day. Picked up the kids. Me and mom had an exchange. Boom, boom, boom. Because they can see that. And then too, they'll understand as they get older. You know, because it's hard, bro. It's hard being a dad raising your children stepping into that full-time role.
No, it definitely is. It's not an easy job, man. Being a parent is not an easy job, man or woman. Yeah. Period.
It's
you
not.
Know what I mean?
But then when you by yourself, it's not.
Nah,
it's not.
We tend to do this on the win-wins. Let me ask you this, Reg, as we get ready to close out, man. Word of encouragement for a single dad and or single mom. Word of encouragement, like maybe it's a nugget, it's a piece of wisdom somebody gave you that was able to carry you over. Word of encouragement, what would you say to them?
Man.
And or, let me flip it.
Mm-hmm.
And or a dad on the fringe of whether they should be active in their child's life.
Man, listen, it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, you're going to reap the benefits from it. You may not see it right then and there, but you definitely going to reap the benefits from it. You know what I mean? God going to make sure you going to look after you. You know what I'm saying? You look after your seed and your kids, he going to take care of you. You know what I mean? He definitely going to take care of you. Because that's what I can say. For me stepping up into that role, man, he been showing up for me in ways I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? Just me being able to do things that I would never thought I'd be able to do or see certain stuff. Man, listen, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. You know what I mean? It's worth it.
Amen. That's it.
I think that's a good thing, bro. It's definitely worth it. And I always tell people, who else would I rather fight for? Who else would I rather do it for? But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna let Charles close it out. Like, bro, I just want to commend you because I know it's hard, bro. And I think I'm in your shoes, so I do understand it. And I think this, I'm gonna tell you, man. Don't overthink it. You're doing a phenomenal job. On those days it gets hard, bro, look at them and just understand, like, that's who you're doing it for. I ain't telling you nothing you all already know, but I think as a black man, bro, I commend you because, again, brothers don't want to step up to that plate. When it's time to be a full-time dad, it requires a different level of discipline and a different level of structure. And sometimes, I say this, and this may be your thing, same thing too. I needed Amari at that point more than she needed me because she made me grow. You know what I'm saying? Made me get some things in line. Kind of took me from a boy truly to a man.
No,
and I look at other people. I'm not looking down on other dads. But I'm like, we ain't the same, bro. We just ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cool, but you ain't this. Like, this supreme level over here.
Yeah.
You know, so just continue to stay in, bro. I love when I see your boys with you. You know, and I know, like, again, the hard work is gonna pay off. Even those times when you feel like, man, are they getting it? They getting it, bro. They getting it, bro. And they gonna love you to death, man, because the sacrifices that you've made for them, and you continue to make, and you continue to show up. They see too that it get hard. I promise you, they see that it get hard.
They
know too, like, hey, man, my dad got us. And even through that journey, I think me and Charles talk about all the time, don't ever be afraid to let them see you be vulnerable. Because those boys need to see that too, because that's going to help them with a lot of relationships with life. So continue to be a phenomenal dad, man. Continue just to push through it and understand, bro, you got it.
Appreciate it. Appreciate that,
You got
man.
it, bro.
Appreciate that.
You got it.
Nah, for sure, man.
Appreciate
Listen, that's another episode with the Firm Podcast, man. We shifting the narrative, one story at a time. Another black dad who's getting rid of that idea that we don't take care of our kids, we're not present. And listen, as Nick would call them, the unicorn story, sole custody. Until next time, man. Firm Podcast.